Hello lovelies, it's Lex and I have another speed build for you here today. So I wanted to do a white and gold, kind of like a gilded gold styled fancy vintage sort of bathroom. I don't know, I hadn't done a bathroom in quite a while. Yeah, and I haven't been feeling super great either. So this is one of the first rooms I've done in the last little bit here. So hopefully I don't sound totally awful, but I definitely could. So yeah, I decided to go with that cute little floor. I really like the pattern of that one. That one is from the new vampires. We end up changing that wood pattern that I was using as like a tile later on, just because I felt like it was too warm. Like I don't know, I didn't feel like that color went with the rest of the room. So I ended up changing it to just that white, more Victorian looking tile. And then that way I thought like the accent popped a little bit more as well. As my accent is popping as I'm talking right now. That's like a problem with people that live where I live. Like you randomly go in and out of how you sound. So I don't even notice it anymore, but I was having a conversation with a couple people the other day and they were like, wow, you have like a really bad accent for where we live. And I was like, I'm sorry, that's just how I talk. So our bath does work. This room is play tested. The bath, shower, toilet, sink, the little chair I have in the corner, I didn't have any problems with anything. Everything seemed to function totally normal, which is fantastic. But I always play test rooms like this, especially when I do like the hidden bathtubs like that one. This one, the bathtub area doesn't look as good as other ones that I've done. I feel like because of the bath that I used. Usually when I do this kind of like hidden bathtub, I use that larger corner tub, or I'll use the bathtubs that are not rounded. They're like the more square, rectangular shaped bathtubs that have the sharper corners instead of the rounded corners, and I feel like they fit in a little bit better. But I really wanted that specific clawfoot tub for this room because, like I said, I wanted it to be a more fancy kind of vintagey looking bathroom. So we have our separate shower and bath. Like I said, they both work totally fine. I love using the half wall dividers in bathrooms. I feel like it makes the rooms look a lot larger than they are if they're kind of sectioned off into their own little spaces. And then the other nice thing about that is like it doesn't necessarily matter in game because the Sims will go into the bathroom together and it's not a big deal if they're married or they're a couple or whatever. But if this was like an actual bathroom that you had at your house, I feel like it would be nicer if, like, you know, you could have somebody in the shower and you could be brushing your teeth and like it wasn't a big deal. You weren't bothering the other person. So I don't know, I just like the way that this is sectioned off here. So gold and black end up being our kind of accent colors in this room. So most of the like towels and like little things like that are either black or gold. That's why I felt like this little side chair from the Vintage Glamour would fit into this room perfectly because it is black and gold. And then I ended up swapping those two here just because I felt like the chair would look better at an angle. I like to have things at different angles in rooms. I think it makes them look more interesting so that not everything is just totally flat against the walls, but you have a couple things that pop out a little bit. Then we're gonna do our vanity, which ends up being more of like a custom thing. I really like the pedestal sink in here from the new vampires. I thought that it looked very vintage, very Victorian, very exactly what I wanted for this room. I thought about putting counter just right underneath it, but I really like the pedestal aspect of that one. And then we do our white cabinets and throw in some clutter, and that's going to basically finish off this room. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this speed build. As always, please feel free to leave me suggestions in the comments down below for any rooms you'd like to see, some questions that you have, any game related things that you want to talk about, and I will see everybody in the next video.